Hello everyone, this is the Raikazi here. I'm coming at you all a bit day late here. Yesterday I did hear about the Nintendo Direct release of the new Pokemon information for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I did come in last night and I tried to do a live reaction, but the software was just not working. By the time I was getting ready to upload the video, it was just lagging. And I don't want to go ahead and just put out just horrible content out there. We're definitely already evolved from that, and I don't want to actually put out content that's going to be buffering and nonstop or skipping on the actual editing of the video itself. So I didn't want to do that, and if I kept trying to do a live reaction, if I try to retake it or something like that, it wasn't going to be authentic. So I want to give you all quality content. So since I pretty much already responded to it, had my own reaction, what I wanted to do is actually redirect that reaction here and actually hit up on a bit of what my thoughts are on the actual release that was given here. So what I want to do is touch base on this, and I even see that there's another video out here, so we might actually look into that later. But let's hit up on this video first. We're going to talk about all of my thoughts on the new Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon information, and we'll take it from there. So let's go ahead and get started on this. For those of you who haven't watched it, this is the video itself. Everything should be working a lot better. So here we got Necrozma's taking over. So this part wasn't that super new, because I mean we all work with Necrozma, but I love this animation. This animation is beautiful. I hope this will be in the gameplay. Now what I'll do is I'll pause it here. So yes, animation is great, and just with that itself, I really hope that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is going to take the graphic animation to a higher level, because it definitely has the capabilities of it. So and since we're not even using the 3D function, I say why not? Let's go ahead and use everything that we got inside of the game available, and just put out maximum power there. I never even realized that this Lunala form, or Necrozma Lunala form, has that part of Necrozma sticking out of its back. Kind of creepy, a little bit in my opinion. One thing I found interesting about this though is that this is called Dusk Main Necrozma and Dawn Wings Necrozma. So number one, this is definitely like Black and White 2. I really feel as though this is just like Black and White 2, because you had Kyurem that fused with both Zekrom and became Kyurem Black, and Reshiram and became Kyurem White. But you also had the game that was like, for example, Pokemon Black, what had Reshiram on it, so which was the White Dragon, and Pokemon White had Zekrom on it, which was the Black Pokemon. So it was really interesting to have these Pokemon that were from the color that the game was called. It was the opposite color of the actual Pokemon. And now we have the Dusk Main Necrozma, which is covering Galio, who seems to be the one that's for the sun, while the Dawn Wings is going with Lunala, who's the one that is of the moon. Really seems as though it's actually doing the exact opposite of what these Pokemon represent. So I find that kind of interesting, and hoping that this is actually going to open up a lot of doors to finding out what is the true lore of Necrozma, so we can get a lot more information there on it. So really hyped about that. And as we can see, it can keep the attacks, or it takes over the signature moves of these legendaries. So that is nice, really nice. I love this animation too when they're like battling each other. Then we got this Pikachu here, Ash Hat Pikachu. And then we have this here. We have so first we had the Rockruff in that in the first Ultra Sun Ultra Moon video that was running around and happy. And then we have us turning around in front of this Pikachu, and this Pikachu replicates that or mirrors it. So if it's going to be doing this, could it really be that Pokemon are going to start following you, or is it going to be just specific Pokemon following you? That I'm not 100% sure, but I do hope that this is something that's going to be something more explained upon. Is Pokemon following you a big thing for me? No, not really. But at the same time, I mean, I think it'll be a nice function to have, if you have these Pokemon following you. But, sometimes if you get like, if they got a code in, for example, Groudon behind you. Groudon's a big Pokemon. And when you got, you had the games before when you can actually have Pokemon following you behind. If you had a Pokemon like that following behind you, it kind of changes animation a little bit, so it kind of made it too gimmicky. But if we can get it something like that and not make it look gimmicky, then I think that'll be pretty cool. So it's probably going to be, if we do have Pokemon following you, it's probably going to be specific ones, maybe. That's just my thoughts. Let's go ahead and continue moving on here. Alright, so we got this special Rockruff gift. So this is going to be this special event. Thunderfang Rockruff for Ultra Moon, Firefang for Ultra Sun. I love that howling, this howling Z move. Now, all Lycanrocs get this move, so that's the nice thing. Oh, there was one thing I forgot. Oh, let me get that rewinded real quick. There, right there. Okay, so this is the scene that was revealed in the previous Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon video. So, if we got this Lycanroc jumping in the air, and if you can tell in the bottom left-hand corner, it was the animation that was given in that previous video. So, if we have the animation here, and we had all those animations just suddenly popping up in that previous video, could this actually mean, because it doesn't have this aura flowing around it while it's doing this move, so could it mean that that previous video, if you guys go back and watch it, Mimikyu was also doing its own thing? They even brought up Togedemaru that had that angry face. So I'm wondering if this is actually going to give them their own signature Z moves as well. That is my speculation, because maybe, if Mimikyu is coming out and it takes its arms, pulls you into itself, and it shows you its true form, and it just kills your Pokemon or something. Or, brings it down to like 1 health point or something like that, because, if you see the true form of Mimikyu, you're dead. It might be something that will be very, very interesting to see happen, if that comes out to be. I feel as though there is going to be a new Z move on Mimikyu, just for this animation popping up here. So we got basically a Z move for all these Pokemon. I did find out that these Pokemon need to know Stone Edge in order to be able to use this Z move. So it is kind of interesting though, because here's this one scene. Let's go a little bit further. For all of you that don't know, Tapu Koko is not a bulky Pokemon. And look, it survived the attack. Tapu Koko is not a bulky Pokemon. And it survived from a Z move Stone Edge. What is the power of this attack? Makes me wonder. Because, here's the thing. This next scene here, electricity just disappeared. This move, Z move, gets rid of the terrain. So maybe this is coming out to counter the terrains that are coming out in the fields, because they are staying on the field for 5 turns. It's a long time to try to get around it. But here's the thing. If you use this Z move and onto, let's say, towards the Tapu Koko, who's already a super fast Pokemon, the opponent can easily switch out and send it back in and reset that terrain. You can't use your Z move again. Or you got this Z move that gets rid of this terrain, but then Tapu Koko is naturally faster. It's a speedster Pokemon, so it can just knock you out the next turn. So who knows what's going to happen? The big one is going to be, Tapu Lele. So if you can do a lot of damage on Tapu Lele, get rid of the terrain, and then use a Cellar to try to get rid of the finish off the Tapu Lele, then great. But Tapu Lele typically has that choice scarf, so you're gonna have to hope that you survive its attack, and then use your Z move and get rid of the terrain, and then use a Cellar. So not totally sold on this move itself, but more to come, because we don't know what the investment is on this Lycanroc here. This is just animation itself, because they have to show us that the terrain was removed in this format. So I definitely do understand that. So we are not 100% sure what this really means in terms of the power on it, but I was just a little bit concerned when I saw that. So more to come on that. We'll definitely take a look as time goes along. So let's go ahead and continue this here. Then we got this. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We'll continue it. Yeah. And that. Okay. And then it's going to change scenes from there. So here's the thing. We got this Pokemon using this new Ultra Beast called Assembly. I think this thing looks like a Rubik's Cube. I really do. Okay, so, and it has all these eyes on it. So this is kind of interesting of a Pokemon here. And most Pokemon, when they give us new details of it, they show them using a signature move, or they're doing something that's really damaging. But then you got this one that comes out and uses Iron Defense. And as you can see by the arm there, you got it going against Incineroar. But what does this mean? This doesn't look like it's a fast Pokemon, but is it? Is it super bulky and super fast, or is it just super bulky? I don't really have much to go off of this one. I think it's just a Rubik's Cube, some type of pyramid type of thing. Not really much on this one. I'm sorry. Not 100% sold on this Ultra Beast. I wonder if it's called Assembly, because maybe it could do something. Maybe. I'm not sure. I really don't know what to think about this one. But that is what it is. And now, here's probably one of my favorites. Ultra Beast Burst. Okay. I'm going to pause it right there. So, because I've always wanted to try to get a closer view on this. So, that's just a flower. I was wondering if that was an eyeball. I really thought this was an eyeball. But this thing looks like a clown. It literally looks like a clown to me. So, I've already thought about, if I got this Pokemon, naming it Piedmon. For if anybody knows Digimon. Piedmon was the clown Digimon there of one of the it was the Digimasters, I wanted to say, if they were called. It was the 4 enemies. It was in the first group that was going up against them. So I really liked Piedmon. He was kind of funny. Then also was thinking about naming it for the new movie that came out here. And or the final option I was thinking about was maybe doing something like Sideshow Bob, or Die Bart Die. And for those of you that don't know Sideshow Bob, that's Sideshow Bob. I made sure I pull this up beforehand. Sideshow Bob is the one that actually was always the evil clown guy that was going after Bart Simpson. So, love Sideshow Bob. And this Pokemon, I can see, is like that. Because, look at this. Look at this. This Pokemon throws a ball at your face, or its head, or whatever that is, at your face, and it explodes with all this rainbow colors, as if this is some confetti happy birthday thing, but it just smacked you. That is funny. That is funny. And I actually want that Pokemon just so I can do that. I have no idea what the typing is, what its stats are like, I don't know if that's been revealed yet. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, this is interesting to see. So yeah, they'll, and that is actually the end of the reveal there. So I did see that there was another video out there. So from Nintendo itself, I'll look into it. It probably isn't anything big, but I will look into it to see if there's anything major. And if I can get a live reaction out of it, I'll definitely try to do that and post it as well. But I'm definitely hyped for the next game coming out. I hope you guys are actually starting to see that the Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is going to open and expand more lore into it. I know people are talking about more ride Pokemon and stuff like that, possibly going underwater, you know, but ride Pokemon, you can't really use it in battle, so ride Pokemon were never a really big thing for me. I'm hoping that, you know, we get a lot more out of the game itself than Sun and Moon. But yeah, more time will just tell. And they have already opened up the door saying, hey, there's new Pokemon. Completely new Pokemon. Although they are Ultra Beasts. And I hope we're not getting too many more Ultra Beasts, because Ultra Beasts can tend to be a bit overpowered. Can be. But they're also frail in most aspects. But I do hope that it's actually getting in depth more, and I really feel as though more information is being revealed and we're getting somewhere. So I hope you all are not just throwing it out of the window, because it's about to get super hype. So get hype, know that the game is coming out. I'm planning on even doing a let's play, but I'm gonna do it on stream it on YouTube and just go through the entire game itself. Definitely see how that's gonna go. Tell me what you all think about the next Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon game coming out based upon this new video that has been released from Nintendo. And let's just start a discussion. Let us know what you're hype about it, what you're looking forward to, and we will definitely hope that more will come to us. So until next time, guys, this is going to be the Raikazi signing off. You all stay strong and power on.